Hello, it's Claire Rowan, Group Technical Editor of FoodBev Media here, talking to Pim Vervaat of RPC, who has been in the company for 5 years but has just taken over as of the 1st of May as CEO. Pim, thank you for taking the time to speak to me.
My pleasure. Glad to be of service in that respect, Claire.
Well, it's lovely. And also thank you for the invitation here to Bramlage to discover all the developments that are going on with RPC. It's a very exciting time to take over. Perhaps you could comment on some of your first impressions as CEO, what you're planning, what the situation is.
Well, of course, I know the company very well because I've been working very closely with Rob Marsh, who's about to retire on the 1st of March for 5.5 years. It's even so that if you talk to our respective wives, they will say we've seen more of each other than we have of them. And they might not be too far from the truth in that respect. But so no, I think this is a very good company. We've got some very good people working for us. What we have been doing in the past, we will continue to do going forward, and which is to continue to innovate and to invest. I know economic times are difficult, are harsh, and we will have to optimize our cost base and the like any other company. But I think at the same time, RPC is all about, in our chosen market segments, let's continue to invest in technology, in people, in new product development. And we try to continue to do that in some areas, and I think we have been pretty successful, and I think we will be pretty successful going forward, and potentially also going a bit further astray than Europe and into the emerging markets in due course.
Yes, I can see there's a lot of expansion potential, and you already have some footroads into the emerging markets with your injection moulding, is that correct? And then you've got so many other technologies in the portfolio that it's a great extent of expertise to offer companies that are implementing that.
That's correct. If you look at our current sales profile, it's predominantly Europe, but we do sell our products across the world. We sell multi-layer blow molded jars with lots of airs in them, and they go all the way to China and India. And we sell other products which go into Latin America. And the reason it's going there, because it's packaging which is a bit more difficult to make. Customers do see the middle income and the middle class and the disposable income in these markets growing, so the demand for a bit more higher added value packaging in these markets is growing. We've got the technologies, we've got the customer contacts, we've got the product range that we are getting many requests from people in the emerging markets. Can we partner up with RPC? And we're following up on those leads. But we do need to find the right market, the right product range, and the right partner. And that's why what I would say, we were striving to get a meaningful presence, whatever that means. So I'm not going to quote any numbers as to that means we'll have X turnover, but we want to have a meaningful presence in higher added value products in the emerging markets, and we have to work on that on the next 3 to 5 years to establish that. And I think we've got some very good leads in order to be able to do so.
Yes. And within Europe and within your current footprint, you have the different clusters with the different expertises, different technologies that you're offering. How do you see each of those growing, and what are the synergies?
We have got a large footprint in food. We see some growth areas there are the long shelf life products, where it's multi-layer plastics replacing glass and metal, lightweighting the products, which what our major customers do want, and we aim to strive to continue to develop multi-layer long shelf life plastics in all three conversion technologies, so we are putting our money in that. Another area we've grown quite quickly is in the single-serve coffee systems, where we're a supplier for Dolce Gusto, a supplier for Tassimo coffee discs, and there are also some people thinking about setting up a single-serve tea system, where they then saying, okay, who could be our packaging supplier of choice? And I think we are one of them, if not the leading one in that. So we will put money and time and effort to further develop that technical expertise in those areas. But we also got a part of our group is in pharmaceutical, and as you will have seen today, that we've got a plant in Bavaria which now does about 40-50 million euros turnover, and we're gaining some traction in that market as a party who knows what they're doing and can be relied on to further develop. So what we're trying to do is a wide range of niche areas in the rigid plastic packaging market, where you have to have technological expertise, product range, and that you can add value through that way, and that's where we're putting our investment in. And we've got an organization which is, as a consequence of that, decentralized, because each market segment has its own requirements, its own needs, but at the same time we make sure that where it matters we do go across our decentralized structure to make sure that we have key account management, joint product and technology development. And that's what I think we have got some very good people working for us who get time and money and available to continue to develop that, irregardless almost of where the economic environment is. Because that's, I think, our lifeline. We continue to innovate, we continue to develop.
Yes, and you were talking about a very large investment in research to help support your customers. Of the technologies that you have, the transforming technologies, you mentioned that you're specialising in single serve, but there are also barrier technologies and the multi-layer technologies and convenience. Which ones do you see as holding greatest excitement? I guess there's so many.
I'm not that long in the industry, but only in the last 5.5 years I've seen many promises and not so many conversions. So I really do think it's very difficult to call which development in plastic packaging is actually going to be the next big development. So that's difficult to call, so we want to develop in most of these areas and to be at the forefront, at least in the product market combinations where we're now at. We want to be at the forefront of the technology development, but I can't tell you as we sit here today, this one is going to be the next big winner. But what we do need to do is make sure that we're in all relevant technologies, in all relevant product areas, to make sure that if there is a next big winner, that we're part of it.
Yes, well, certainly from the tour today, I've seen that there is a breadth of expertise there, and I am sure that you will provide that support to your customers wherever you develop the market.
Having said that, all our customers also want a very price competitive product, so we can't just develop nice packaging and not be cost competitive, so we have to do both.
Yes, and your work with them on their processes as well, and how to optimise those.
Yes, I mean, it's not only developing the packaging, but of course, certainly when you go from glass and metal into plastic, they will need to make changes to their filling lines, and we've got expertise, and we can work within the supply chain with our customers and potentially adapt some of the packaging to make sure that they've got an efficient filling line as possible.
Yeah. Well, that's terrific, and I know that we'll be covering many of the developments on the site and in the magazines in the future. So look forward to continuing contact, and thank you so much for your time and the terrific visit here in Germany. Thank you.
Thanks for downloading this FoodBev.com podcast. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, and LinkedIn.